Morning everyone. I'm here with my video of standard 5th SST. In this video, I'll be explaining you about the temperature zones of the world. First of all, we'll discuss about climate and weather. The climate of a place is the average weather condition over a long period of time. What is climate? It's average weather condition that take place for long period of time. That long period may be of 3 months, 4 months. And what is weather? It's an average weather condition for very short duration of time. Very short duration, that is all about 3 to 4 hours. A place may be said to have a dry climate, a very cold climate, or a hot wet climate depending on a weather condition over a long period of time. We call the place a dry place having dry climate. We tell that by finding its climate, by knowing about its climate. Climate affects plant and animals and the way people live, have their food and wear clothes. Climate put great influence on our lifestyle, on the food we eat, the way we dress up. There are so many factors that influence climate. The first factor is latitude or distance of a place from equator. Places located near the equator receive the direct rays of the sun. Since the rays of the sun are stronger, the places near the equator are hotter than the places which are at higher altitude. What happens? The place which is very close to the equator receives direct rays of the sun, and it makes the place hotter than the place which are at higher latitude. That is, the places near the poles are less hotter than the places near the equator. The slanting rays are very weaker at poles and rays are direct at the equator, so the places near the poles are less hotter. And why the slanting rays are weaker? Just because they have to travel a greater distance and spread out over a large area, thus making the poles less hot. The second factor is altitude. What do you mean by altitude? Altitude refers to the height of a place over or above the sea level. Altitude clearly means height above the sea level. We know that higher you go, the cooler it becomes. As we go to the height, the place becomes more cooler. And the places located at higher altitude are cooler than the places having the location at lower latitude. The third factor is distance from the sea. Places near the sea are neither very hot nor very cold, whereas those far from it have extreme climate. What happens to the climate of the place near the sea? The places which are near the sea have very moderate climate. In summer, land heats up fast and warms the air above it. What happens during the summer season? Land heats up faster and it warms the air above it, making the place hotter. The fourth factor is humidity. You must be aware of this fact, humidity. You must have read this term in class 4th EVS. Humidity is the amount of moisture of water vapor present in the air. It's the amount of moisture. High humidity makes human being more uncomfortable because perspiration does not dry up immediately. When the weather is humid, we are not comfortable at all. We don't feel comfortable at all. And the place near the sea experiences high humidity because a large amount of evaporation takes place from the nearby sea. The place that is very near to the sea experiences high humidity just because large amount of evaporation takes place from that nearby sea. And the last factor is wind. The winds also have an effect on the climate of a place. Depending on the place of origin of the wind, it may be either hot or cool. The winds are hotter when they are near the sea. When they are near the sea, they are very much cooler than the winds that come out from desert. That's all. Thank you.